Justin the Ray Show. It's Justin the Ray Show. Justin the Ray Show.
Welcome to Justin and Wade Show. I'm Wade. That's Justin. Today on the show, we got Caleb. Caleb's my cousin, good friend. And what do you want to talk about today, Caleb?
Sporks.
Not sports, sporks, right? Like spoon forks?
Yes, sports.
Okay.
The biggest disappointment in culinary history, yes.
Wait, the thing is that I personally like sporks.
Agreed.
I think it's one of the greatest weapons in culinary history.
I don't know, man. I just they give you the spork back when you're in school and you get your breakfast and you get cereal, but then with the spork you can't get the right, cereal to milk ratio because when you're coming out the bowl, milk's dipping out the front already.
Mm-hmm.
It really messes my breakfast up.
Oh, so you don't like sporks because of trying to hold liquid in them?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever used a spork for cereal or soups.
I get what he's saying though, because I guess in school, you know what I mean. They give you what they gave you one thing. It was like, here, this is what you get to eat.
I didn't know that. I don't remember us getting. I thought I always got a fork and knife and whatever I needed. I don't remember.
But
they gave us sporks.
Interesting.
I mean, I still feel like the spork is a very, very useful utensil. Like
I remember it always at Taco Bell. You get the Mexican pizza and you get your spork. And that was essential for eating a Mexican pizza.
Because you can cut it with the fork part.
Yeah. Scoop it up.
But the fork part is long enough. It's not long enough.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And they break if you put too much force on them.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to stab with it? Like one lima bean at a time? You can't,
it's still got 4 tines on it, like a regular fork. Like Melody's, one of Melody's friends when we first got together, like he was obsessed with, and they may have had them at the time, but I know they have them now. But he was obsessed because he had never seen one. He wanted to invent like the metal spork. So he said he only saw them as disposable. Why didn't anybody make sporks as a utensil as part of your stuff? And now they exist. They probably existed back then. We just weren't.
I've never seen a metal spork.
Me neither.
I'm kind of interested in one of those now.
Oh, we'll have to get one as a gift for Caleb.
Yeah. We should get one with our logo on it as a gift.
Oh, nice. Justin and Wade Show Sporks could be our first merchandise that we actually.
I bet you they'll.
They probably hadn't made a metal one because after you use a disposable one, you're done with it anyways. I mean, you don't want to have a permanent spork, I don't think. Oh.
You don't want to have a permanent spork.
Oh. I mean, who do you think invented it? Do you think that was a military thing or what?
It was, I actually know this. It was Edward T. Spork.
Did it say why he invented it?
Because he wanted one utensil to do all the utensils work. Like they should have a little blade on the side of it.
I was just thinking that too, like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like the handle could be like the butter.
I mean,
that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah.
But then you got to get the hands.
You want to know how I got like the Joker? You want to know how I got these scars? Using a spork with a blade on the side.
But then it really doesn't work out because I mean you can use your knife, but then your spork is actually a handle in the process of using the knife.
Oh yeah, you have to have you need to hold it down with something while you're cutting it. So then you would have to have 2 sporks.
And that defeats the purpose of having. Yeah, we'll just keep the knife separate.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to invent something that doesn't need to be invented, like the spork.
No, the spork's very necessary. Like sometimes you can only carry one utensil around with you, like in your pocket.
Oh wait, I did buy a camping spork, and they're like, it's not disposable, but it's not metal. It's a good firm plastic. It's like I forgot what it was, but yeah, it's for camping, so you don't need a spoon and a fork.
I do feel like that's remember the sets, the like Boy Scout sets. I guess they were military sets where they all like
fold them up on top.
clip together. Oh no,
Yeah.
the now's like that, but the ones that they all clip together and went in the bowl or whatever.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
See, somebody saw that and was like, we should just make all these one utensil.
Just
And
flatten them.
And that person was Edward T. Spork.
Edward T. Spork. He was a very inventive man.
E.T. Spork. That's what they called him.
He probably got the most success off the biggest, worst idea. I mean,
You just can't convince Caleb that this is a good idea.
I just think it's the cereal thing. I don't think it's no. He said the fork things are too short to do anything, but then they also make it liquid when you're trying to use it as a spoon, so it doesn't function perfectly as either tool. Is that what you're trying to say, Caleb?
yes. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you know what? They actually created. This is like a fork and a knife. What? It's got a little serrated blade on the end of it.
What, like on the handlebar?
No, like underneath the fourth prong, or whatever it is for the fork. It's got a little serrate, like a bread knife on the bottom of it.
I mean, wouldn't that cut your mouth open, like we were talking about?
Well, it's plastic, so don't just like don't rip it out. Oh, it's good.
It's still. I still think we were on the right track. I still think if you have a blade on the side of the fork, it still seems kind of sketchy. Peaches.
Yeah, I mean it does, but it's possible. It's out there.
But what would the fork part affect the efficiency of actually using the knife on the bottom there? Are you saying the blade on the bottom of the sport?
Yeah. So like the right there, the circle at the end, you got the little things, and then this part right here is serrated.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you show it with your hands for all the listeners.
Right there for serrated. I'll actually post a real picture up here to make sure that the listeners can get the full image.
A graph.
Then y'all could just have a spin-off series of the new items y'all found discussing old items.
Oh, like Wade and I go around and find new things that just aren't worth it.
Yes.
That should be a whole segment.
Yeah.
This is the Caleb segment of Justin and Wade.
We'll have them on once a month and we'll talk about pointless
Things that shouldn't exist.
I like it.
Yeah, because I assumed that the sport was probably developed in the military, but now I'm completely wrong on that. So now I can wipe that off my number one biggest military failure. So with it.
Nobody, Justin, you haven't figured out where the sport actually came from?
Well, I liked your answer. I didn't want to Google it and figure it out. But I've just looked it up since I don't want to confuse our listeners. It's actually Edward T. Spork. Wade was right in his guess. Samuel W. Francis is the inventor of the spork in 1874.
Did he give any reason why?
I don't really feel like reading all this.
To annoy Caleb.
He knew 100 years from now he was going to piss somebody off. It just says what it was commonly used for. I don't know.
It was commonly used for doing things a spoon and a fork could do, Justin.
Fast food, schools, prisons, military, backpackers, and an airline meal. But a citation is needed for that airline meal, so don't believe me on that one. I don't know, man.
It would be for prison.
I'm guessing it was for real, for money reasons. Hey, why are we putting all this plastic thing in here? We could just make one.
Yeah, true.
And we can give all our prisoners sporks so they can be pissed off while they eat. let them really learn how good they had it on the outside. Come
It
back
also
and-
doesn't.
Well,
probably
that's our
doesn't do
show.
as good.
That's our show.
Oh.
That's our show. It's been fun talking about sports. I didn't think it was gonna be that fun, but
I
it
just want
was.
to say it's pretty hard to stab somebody with a sport good. So
Touche.
that's another reason. Because the times are so short.
Wait, the
Thanks for
show's over.
listening. Like and subscribe. Thanks for being here, Caleb.
All right.
Thanks for being here, Caleb.